listen up. Mike? Big John? Nice work, fellas. It's a pleasure doing business with you.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
But I'm amazing too!
We'll get to you, Toby. Last time we covered the first in the first rebooted Spider-Man movie. The first. And we discussed the hotness of Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, and what these movies can set up in the future as Andrew Garfield is your new Spider-Man. Well, everything didn't turn out as planned. In comes the sequel, and sometimes sequels don't intend to be as good as the first. Some sequels don't intend to be better than the first. And this is a good case. While it has an astonishing cast and plenty of potential, it falls short with the abundance of too many stories mixed into one whole thing. Peter trying to find out the secret of his parents, Harry Osborn trying to find what lies beneath his father's company and take over. The whole thing with Electro, and we'll get to that. And also, the damn Rhino is in the movie, or should I say Mecha Rhino. Yeah, you heard me. He's a robot controlled by an annoying ass criminal. There's just too much that goes on, and it all blends. It all comes to a head with a lousy end battle. We'll get to that soon. But before, Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone are still great, but the scenes with them getting ice cream and being all lovey-dovey on each other fall flat. Like, yeah, we've seen this. At least it gets intense towards the end. Especially since Peter breaks his promise to Gwen's dad, and Gwen not giving a shit what his father told Peter. So... yeah. Now, let's move on to Electro, the great villain in Spider-Man. I guess he's one of those minor villains, but they were like, hey, let's give this guy a chance for once. Yeah, let's give him a chance. By making him a geek and wetting himself all over Spider-Man by being his #1 fan and being his eyes and ears and saying he wants to be just like him. The way he becomes Electro is hilarious. I definitely wouldn't want to hire him. Sorry, Jamie. Spidey calls him Sparkles, and that's funny. I think I'll call him that instead. Well, what's Sparkles' motive? Why does he hate Spider-Man and want him dead? Well, because he stole his thunder and is more popular. Sparkles is jealous and says that he lied to him. I don't know how, but he instantly hates Spider-Man and wants him fucking dead. This has got to be one of the worst excuses for a villain to feud with the hero. Even Harry comes up with the excuse that Peter doesn't give people hope. He takes it away. Okay, now, the final battle is almost impossible to watch because of its constant use of slow motion. Just look at this. Every time I watch this, I always play it in fast speed to make the fight more enjoyable. The best part of the movie is the final battle with the Green Goblin, when they're inside the clock tower and there's no use of CGI and it actually looks like a fight. It's a struggle. It's very intense with the Goblin choking Spidey and Spidey choking the Goblin with his web while holding the clock engine with his foot and holding Glenn with a single web. It's just an intense and great scene, which is the highlight to me. That's a fucking fight well done. But then it's totally shit-faced when they use slow motion to show Peter trying to save Gwen by having his web shooter turn into a hand reaching out for Gwen. I repeat, a hand of faith reaching out to Gwen. Terrible. He catches her at the very last second and Gwen dies. Very sad scene, but to be quite honest, I saw that coming. Mainly because of the TV spots and the now infamous hand web of faith. Goblin goes to jail, which sets up something that will never happen. Also not revealing who the man in black is. Although sources say it's the gentleman Gustav, but we never actually see his face in full view. So much for that. Gwen's speech encourages Peter to come back after 5 months and fight that robot called the Rhino. While the alternate ending has Peter's father come back, I actually like this ending better. It takes us away from this thing. And it's downright serious and sort of depressing, and then it catches itself on. Great moment. Well, that's The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
But I'm amazing 2.
Shut up, Toby, Dobie, Loby, Phoebe, Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's a crazy film, all over the place with too many villains, too many scenes that drag, and slow motion. But the struggle at the end and the credit theme song are a doozy. Unfortunately, it's the last for Andrew Garfield, that handsome man. Okay, now, the poster says his greatest battle begins, but I think it's best to put the battle to rest.
I'll take that. That's not yours.